The, re the recording is just me on the recording. So welcome everyone. It's so lovely to have you all here. Happy Wednesday. And tonight's session is slightly different to last night. So if you get a chance, those of you that are here, to go back and do the recording once I've sent that out later this evening, it's really lovely to do them kind of in this order. But it's also, this practice this evening is going to be a really kind of complete breathwork practice, by way of bringing us fully in to the breath, to the energy, to the life force, the chi that moves through our body, and hopefully leave you feeling very connected, very grounded. My intention with these two sessions is to equip you with those tools, but also to give you that feeling of connection, feeling grounded, and feeling really steady. And as we transition in this moment, actually, as well, in the month, right from November into December, something does happen. This little gear shift happens, and this gear shift happens internally and externally. Everything is kind of catapulting forwards towards the 25th of December, and there's lots more advertising and lots more in your face and lots more things that we start to think we need to do, or we will be expected to be, and that overwhelm, or at least that kind of grandness of everything that we're being saturated by, can feel very intense. It can feel a bit isolating as well, actually, at times. And so as we just move into that phase of the year, and I also find it, regardless of what sectors we work in as well, it's always like that feeling at the end of the year, like we have to make sure everything is like officially closed down, everything tied up, because we don't want to come back into January with all these things, kind of these loose ends and these things still hanging over us that we have to tend to as we arrive in a new year. And so it can feel like there's a lot to do. And it's not necessarily that's not true, actually, because time is just time when we think about it. I always think it's interesting how I do it too. I come into this relationship with time, like there's a panic. I must get everything done by the end of December. And if I don't, then I've tarnished 2024. And so these practices are really a way to equip us with the tools and the equipment, really, as well, which we already have the equipment, actually, but it's really to ignite our interest in the equipment and our awareness of the equipment to allow us to navigate life with more ease, more fluidity, and in a fuller alignment. And so let's breathe together, and let's see where this takes us this evening. The only other piece of actual physical equipment that you may wish to have nearby, because after this practice we're going to go into a short journaling practice, is a pen and a pad, or a pen and paper, or whatever you've got to write on. You can either get that now, or you're welcome to kind of grab that at the end. And if you know that there's one in the room, you can grab that at the end if you want to. Okay. So my first invitation to all of you is to come and just sit and close the eyes. Find a really comfortable seat. And for some of you, this will be leaning back into something. This will be sitting in a chair. You may be on the floor, but you don't have to be. Layers on, layers off, blankets, jumpers, cushions underneath, sit bones. As you close the eyes, just try and allow the body to kind of sink back into itself. What we're trying to do here is release any need to hold. So if there's a part of the body here that's feeling like it's really having to grab on or grip on, can we just start to gently unwind that bit? And making more adjustments as well. We come into practice, we arrive and get into a seat, and we're like, yeah, this is it, we're here. But actually, we also need the time to readjust. Our first choice of what's comfortable isn't always the choice. So just let yourself settle, breathe, and move around any parts of you that may be needing to be moved. And of course, we're talking about the breath. And so just notice that here, the quality and the texture of yours. And even the visual or the feeling that's conjured up when I invite you to feel the quality of the breath. What is it that comes to mind? What is it that comes up? Allow yourself to deepen into this space and try to create more of a sense of saturation through the body with the breath. So it's the inhale that comes into the nose. We're just trying to imagine that the nostril is like the gateway, the nose is the gateway into the kingdom, which is the rest of the body, the rest of our vessel. And so your inhale is like a ignition for your body to come alive, to really light up. Your exhale is the opportunity to skim off the excess, to start to really release and open the pressure valve to let some of the overspill and the intensity out. Really beautiful to think of the breath as something more than just simply an act of necessity, because it is that, and it's so much more. It's delivering us an opportunity with every inhale and exhale to feel the fullness and to feel how alive we are and can be. And also to feel ourselves literally ringing out and letting go, not holding on. Soften the belly and let the breath even reach down into the depths of the lower abdomen. And start to bring your awareness back up from the belly, all the way through the body. Awareness to the crown of the head. And as you inhale, because the nostrils, the nasal point is really close to the crown of the head, you can actually imagine and visualize in your mind's eye the breath coming in and up and flooding this space, saturating this space. The exhale, it's like an opportunity, and I love to imagine this, it's like the thoughts, the mind gump coming back out and into the world around you, like you're handing back the overload. You're handing over anything that doesn't serve you. And with your awareness in the crown of the head in this space, just really feel the sensation of your inhale and exhale just in this space. Notice your awareness and drawing all of your attention, any spent energy, any energy leaks that may have occurred as a result of your day or your week so far. Sealing them up and bringing in any of those cords, any lines of energy that are maybe still attached somewhere outside of you to a thought, a project, a person that you've been feeding into, bringing it all back home. Inhale and exhale, bringing you into full awareness of the body, full awareness of yourself. Over the next couple of breaths, we'll take 3 more in total actually. Just imagine your attention and awareness drawing in towards the space just between the eyebrows, the third eye center. It's like it's gently honing in there over those 3 breaths. I'm going to move through a breath practice called Aharana Pranayama. On your 3rd exhale, just rest in awareness, 3rd eye center, space between eyebrows. And then take 1 full round. So a full round of breath is an inhale and the exhale at your 3rd eye center between the eyebrows. Remain resting in presence and awareness in this space. Drop your awareness down to nostrils, the entrance point of the breath. And 1 inhale, 1 exhale here, 1 full round of breath here. The throat center, awareness here. 1 full round of breath. Tops of shoulders, full awareness here. 1 round of breath. Creases of the elbows. 1 breath. Creases of wrists. 1 breath. Palm of hand, both hands, right in the center. 1 round of breath. Tips of your fingers, 2 rounds of breath here. Pause in the sensation. Witness what is happening and occurring in the tips of the fingers. 2 full rounds of breath. Awareness and breath draws right back to the center of the palms. Inhale, exhale, 1 round of breath here. Creases of wrists. Creases of elbows. 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Tops of shoulders. 1 breath. Throat center. Heart center. We refer to the heart center as the home of prana, the home of that feeling we had in our fingertips, life force or chi. One breath here. Navel center, one breath. Center of pelvic bowl, one breath. Perineum, stay here and observe sensation in this space. 2 rounds of breath. Bring awareness back up from your root into center of pelvic bowl. One round of breath. Navel center. One breath. Heart center. Home of prana. One round of breath. Throat center. One breath. Entrance point of the breath, the nostrils. One breath here. Notice the feeling of the flow of air as it comes in and as it exits. The coolness and the warmth. Third eye center, space between eyebrows. One breath. Bring your awareness to the center of the forehead. Let the breath be here. as you rest your awareness in this space too. Watch and feel the sensation as it expands and softens. The feeling of vastness, feeling of fullness and emptiness at the same time. And watch your breath and the quality of your breath now. Maybe you used a word to describe it before, you had a few words pop up or phrases. Maybe they've slightly changed now. Just be a witness to the changes that occur within, just with a little bit of attention, a gentle focus. And then bring your awareness all the way up to the crown of the head. You can almost feel like the energy is building upwards as you take your breaths in and out through the nose. You're going to watch the breath travel down the front and the back body, up and down, from our perineum to the crown of the head, the 2 points in the torso furthest from each other. On your next exhale, observe those points that we just checked in with on the front side of your body, the anterior side. As you exhale, imagine the breath like a veil, just gently, slowly moving all the way down the front of the body, covering all of those checkpoints, all of those spaces we just became so aware of. And as you inhale, imagine the breath moving up the back body, so behind you, still in all those spaces, but from the posterior, the back body. It's like a gentle sweeping motion. The breath rises up and all the way back to the crown of the head. The exhale, it moves back down through front of body. Again, you can check in with the spaces, third eye, nostril, throat, shoulders, heart, navel, pelvis, perineum. And the breath rises up and through, and maybe this time you can get the points on the hands and the shoulders, the elbows in. As we watch the journey and the evolution of the breath in this practice, you can really start to become so connected to the fluidity of it, to the ease, that it almost feels like we too are journeying up and down the body. And one of the main things that we will start to become aware of here is the prana. Prana can be felt in the body a little like a fizz, a buzz, a hum, a vibration, a warmth. That feeling you had in your fingertips, perineum, and through the body as you checked in with each space. Maybe you felt it in the heart. Home's prana. It's all technique. So no scanning the body. Just allowing the breath now to be. Allow yourself to drop the chin to the chest. And blink the eyes open. And just take a hold of your pen, your paper, your journal, if you've got one, whatever you're using to write with. I'd love you to just take a moment to just put pen to paper on how you're feeling right now, what this feeling is. It's a really beautiful thing to capture the moment so that you can remember. Yoga and breathwork is one of those things that if we can't remember all the intricate details, I watch people get flustered and feel overwhelmed at trying to explain their experience or remember that it was enriched, which I'm hoping is what you're feeling, with the stuff that allows us to feel really nourished and well-resourced and grounded and connected. And it's so beautiful to avoid that feeling of not knowing or not remembering by just witnessing fully. We've already been in it. And now with pen to paper, we're really acknowledging, we're like cementing this into our cellular memory by writing down, how are you feeling right now? What words would you use to describe this feeling? What surprised you? What felt easy? What felt like a challenge? By using our written or even spoken word, but I always think written words are really powerful. You know, there's nothing quite like seeing your own handwriting written down on paper to really kind of find the truth and really let the pen just flow. It's not just like a bullet point question answer exercise. It's like an opportunity for you to just keep going, even if it feels a bit abstract and like nothing to do with breath work. You know, let your pen just free flow across the pages. Who knows what will spill out when you give yourself the opportunity to open. You might be really well versed in journaling, and if you are, you may have done exercises like this time and time again. You might be used to just free writing. And with the feeling that you're in right now, if you're getting stuck for prompts or your pen's kind of coming to a halt, the other thing I really wanted to plant the seed of, and this one will take a little longer, is for you to sow a seed of intention. It could be one word or it might be a sentence. It could be something that you are already working towards, there's already actionable or a felt sense of being that is bringing us into the energy of that intention. An intention, I said it last night on the recording, you'll hear it as well, is become a little bit of a buzzword. And really what I mean by that is something that you'll actually be devoting your time, energy, and attention to, your heart to. Because an intention can often feel like a wish, can feel like one of those things that we say and we hope for, that it's like a wish list item. Whereas when we put devotion behind intention, we suddenly are encapsulating the thing, whatever it is, in this pocket of practice. Actually, something we're going to come back to. We have to feed like a plant. We actually are sowing the seed. We've got to water, put on the windowsill for sunlight. So what would your intention be for you, for the rest of the week, the rest of the year, the rest of your life? Yeah, there's no there's no box here that you have to fit into. You can keep closing the eyes for a moment. Each time you get stuck, I find it really good to just close the eyes. How am I feeling? Maybe hand on heart. How am I breathing? If and when. It might not be yet either. It doesn't have to be. Your pen does naturally come to a halt. Just close the eyes and give yourself a few more minutes here of being just drawn inward. There's nothing required or expected of you outside of yourself right now. We've carved out this time to be together, so you just get to be with yourself. Allow the sound of your breath to be the rhythm. It keeps you anchored here in the moment. Keep letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. You're here in this moment. And just in this space, if your pen hasn't come to a halt yet, just slowly allow it to wind down. I just want to take 5 more lovely, deep belly, slow breaths, like we're filling up, emptying out, and we're not trying to take big relieving like sighs. We're just allowing the breath to still move through the nose, but to feel like it's kind of increasing capacity and then emptying as well. So 5 more of those breaths here. And then what we'll do is we'll bring the hands together and create loads of warmth between the palms as we rub them together. The friction creates the heat. And then place the palms, cupped palms, over your closed eyes. And let your eyes blink open into your palms so that the first thing you see is this kind of shielding of the light in the space that you're in. And again, it's always lovely to drop the chin to the chest and look down at yourself as the first thing you see. And then we're going to bring the hands together in prayer and close the eyes once again, just taking the thumbs to the third eye center. I love to seal all of the practices I lead with a bow of love, of honor, and of respect, remembering that we are all connected. We are one. Namaste. Thank you. And happy Wednesday.